And we're back.
And we're back.
Refresh and enhance. Refresh and enhance. Oh, no. Keep going. It always takes a little bit of a second here. Should be good on this try. I'm willing to bet this is the one that does it. There it is. We were joined with Greg Tubbs today.
Oh boy, look out!
Kicked Derek out.
No, we did definitely not kick Derek out.
No, we kicked him out.
No,
kicked him all the way down to Illinois.
Pretty sure we didn't kick him out.
They're having fun down there.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, but for those who follow Derek on social, you know what happened. he's having a heck of a year.
Yeah. He's worked his ass off for that.
You better believe it.
I don't know if I could work as hard as him with this stuff. It's nuts.
Yeah, he has definitely got a passion for it, and it shows.
Also got a threshold for suffering
that
a lot of us might not have. Speaking of Derek Melkor, he's in the comments. Hey, you pals.
Hey.
What's up, buddy? We're just talking shit about you since you're not here.
Not too much.
Yeah, but you're here in the comments, so it's in spirit. It's all good.
It's all good.
Let's kick her off, man.
This is the Okayest Hunter podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, because that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag, you hunt how you want. This is Okayest Hunter.
We are in the studio. It's the Rut. I know we did a Rut Report episode last week, but boy, oh boy, I've never experienced the deer woods in such a rutty way ever. Maybe that's not entirely true, but like I've heard of the magic circle in elk hunting.
Yeah,
I'd have never experienced it, but I feel like if there's a magic circle for whitetail hunting, that's what I was in yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know if that sounds like that makes sense to people.
You were in a good spot, and that area definitely has no shortage of bucks, big or small.
It was cool.
Yeah,
it was a nice experience. Big thanks to my uncle Gary and my dad for asking and for them letting me on their lease.
No kidding.
See how the other side lives. It's pretty great. After grinding on public land could have made it happen.
That's part of the fun.
It didn't happen. So
yeah,
it's cool. I mean, I wouldn't appreciate it as much if I didn't do all the other stuff that I've been doing, falling into marshes and all sorts of weird, stupid stuff. I wasn't much on the canoe this year, though. I was more on the waders than the canoe.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the canoe is more than what you need.
Yeah. Sometimes it is. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the studio, Greg.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
The Nosler shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, sir. I know Matt was trying some Nosler ammunition out, the Whitetail Country, and you stepped up to the plate and got them taken care of, reaching out to the folks over there. So hopefully we'll learn more about what's going on with that. But they have no shortage of Whitetail Country ammunition, and I'm about to unload some of that pretty soon here, hopefully, for the gun opener.
Yeah, hopefully you're unloading them at deer.
Yeah, we've got to step at the range first, of course, just to make sure it'll hit the deer.
just to better your shot from last year.
That's what Matt was out doing. He's shooting at the range.
Mm-hmm.
Are you staying down here for a gun? And
yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I have no vacation time I can burn for any of that. This year, I've been probably the most disconnected from deer hunting I've ever been. For quite some time.
How does that make you feel?
It's all right.
Want to do some therapy real quick?
No, I did therapy. I went last week, and I went over the weekend. That was my therapy.
How'd it go?
I saw a few deer, so it's all good.
What happened with one of those deer?
Well, all that therapy just didn't pan out.
It didn't manifest into a meal.
No, fortunately, I have enough in reserve in the freezer from last gun season, so I'm not starving.
Yeah, you got 3 last year, didn't you? 3 does? 4 does.
Yeah.
Jeez. And did you donate any of that, or is that all
just the family? Like family wants some, I hand them some.
And you butchered those yourself, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Your hands lose their dexterity in the cold temps out there wielding that knife.
They do.
How do you keep them sharp when you're butchering? Because they get dull after a little bit.
Yeah,
Do you have a few?
I usually keep a couple on hand, and I will dip them in water, soapy water, to help kind of degrease them and keep the edge decent. So wipe them carefully with a towel, not to cut yourself.
Yeah, you might not feel it if you cut yourself right away.
No, there's been plenty of times where things are like, where is that coming from? Is that me? Oh, yeah, it's definitely me. And why is it? No, yeah.
I had one of those.
No idea. I'm cut until my fingers thaw out, and then I start to feel the burn.
My dad was like, "Don't cut yourself gutting that deer." I was like, "Yeah, I'll be all right," but I understand the concern, so I know who you're talking to. Yep. No, the Gerber knife was really sharp. I used the one with the interchangeable blade or the replaceable blade.
Yeah,
that was really great. Yeah, it was probably one of my better gutting experiences I've ever had. You've seen me deal with this. It's never really that great. And I was like, is it supposed to be this easy every time? Is this what I've been missing? So that was honestly quite good experience there.
Wonderful.
Nice to have that for a change. Anywho, yeah, we're partnered with Nosler, so you hear us talking about it every week. Now's your time to get some ammunition. If you're not already subscribed to their text messaging alerts, I know you get a 20% from us, so feel free to use that at checkout. If you forget to use our code and you're subscribed to their text message, I think you just get 15% automatically, and you get a lot of good updates about what's coming down the pike, what's on sale, all that stuff. So it's not super annoying. They probably only do the text once a week, so they're not blowing you up every damn day like some of these companies do with their text message marketing.
Yeah,
we don't do that. We just do email. Although I think we do push notifications, but I'm not sure where those show up or how people open them. I don't know what that means.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then, so where I hunted, I've been out of the saddle, I've been on the ground, I've been doing a little bit of both. And then the hunt, I killed we'll get to the story, but I was out of a pre-hung, like hang on stand.
Well,
but I was using my saddle and my tether because I don't have a safety harness thing. So that's what I was using.
Actually, you do. And I know exactly where it is.
Is it in my garage?
No, it's in my garage. I looked at it, I'm like, that is not mine. Why?
I think
I know exactly whose this is.
Yeah. I knew I had one, but I was like,
I will make sure you get it because it is definitely yours.
I bet you like Jace or somebody used it when they were out filming with your.
Might have been. I don't recall.
That's my guess. Yeah. So, and like I talked last week, their pack is probably that has come with me every single hunt. That damn pack is really great. The fact that it goes around your belly or your stomach.
Yeah.
You might have a stomach. You might have a belly. I don't know what you have. Depends how much Busch Light you drink, but that is really great to take that support off of, or like get some extra support, so you're not putting it on your shoulders. Yeah. Anyway,
it is
a good bag.
A lot of pockets in it for different things.
Got some blood on it.
That's good.
The first time, I think. Yeah, because it was new last year. I didn't get. I got that buck last year, so maybe I would have had some blood on it. But. Anywho, what else? I'm getting it Euro mounted, so I'm gonna do the Rack Hub Euro mount.
Cool.
But it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So thanks to Rack Hub. Like, we're just using all the people that we actually work with. That's how that's supposed to work. Yeah. And so last housekeeping item, we have a giveaway we're running right now. We're giving away Derek's print here of Fred Bear. We'll roll it up and mail it out to the winner. And then we're also giving away this Bear Legend XR, which I think if you look at that camera right there, you should be able to see that. It does come with an HHA Tetra on here with a spider web. And I don't know what drop
way. Decorated for Halloween.
Yeah, apparently. A ripcord drop way and a Trophy Ridge, which is what they're also owned by the same company that owns Bear. Counterweight, is that what that is?
Stabilizer.
That's probably the right word for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good bow. It's light. It's lighter than my Persist, and it was their flagship 2 or 3 years ago now, I think. So it's all set to go. I mean, you'd have to get it done up to your draw weight and length, but other than that, it's ready. And I know they have the ready to hunts, but this has got a few more bells and whistles than a standard RTH. And we're also giving away our new Rutcation shirt, one of those. And our friends at Moultrie just reached out to us and they wanted to join in on the giveaway. So they're going to also include 2 solar cams. It's like a cell cam, but it comes with the solar. I think they're just calling them solar cams.
Yeah, they've got the solar panel built in.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is
which-
nice.
Both of my cell cams have died. So
They eat battery, especially if they're hunting for signal a lot. And this time of year, if you're running alkalines too, it'll really draw a lot of juice. The lithiums hold up. I know they're
I'm
so
running
dang
lithium,
expensive.
but that's
but
it
even
goes from
still,
100 to 0. Like there's no
there's
doesn't-
no.
because it's one I forget how the circuitry works, but it's not working
It's-
through each battery.
Yeah, it goes very quick,
So
especially when the weather's cold.
in the case where if I had the solar cams, maybe they'd still be running because of solar
Mhm.
power, not battery power, which I've heard really good things, not just from Moultrie, from others as well. So at some point we'll make another post about that to get folks entered and stuff. But if you want to win some of those things, it's pretty simple. On our website at okshunter.com, there's Sweet November sweepstakes. You click that, you enter your email. That's all you need to do to enter. Now, if you want to rack up more entries, you can rack up quite a few, but we weighted it pretty heavily on giving us a rating and review on iTunes because of the fuck up that happened with Apple Podcasts a few years ago where we had duplicate feeds. So the OKS Hunter podcast lived on 2 RSS feeds on the same platform.
Ouch.
And so when we sunset one of them, the incorrect one, which was the old one that had been around longer, it left us with the new one that we have that's attached to our whole podcast network. And then a lot of people are like, where'd the podcast go? They thought it was gone. So anyway, if you rate and review, you get like 30 points, another 30 entry points. And if you do the same thing on Spotify, you get more and more and more. So there's things you can do to rack up your odds. We'll draw the winner probably the first week of November when we're back from the holiday. After
First
Gun Deer
week of
Camp.
December.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for clarifying because we're past November.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's a decent prize package. A nice Fredbear drawing, a custom hand drawn from Derek, a great Fredbear bow, and some Moultrie cell cameras that
Trail cameras.
sell solar.
Yeah, sell solar cameras.
Can't talk, dude. And I think that's all the stuff I needed to talk about. And we're officially 10 minutes in?
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Well, we did hear about your miss. So
Yeah, so we checked that off the
you
list.
wanted to get through that real quick.
Yeah,
You
real
You didn't really
fast.
want to like linger on that.
No, there's no reason. It
But
happened
what do you
in
think?
the past.
But what do you think happened? Just for those that are listening, like, how do you
A multitude of things.
did you punch a trigger or something?
Yeah, well, punched the trigger, 20-yard pin. Well, set for 20 yards. It was at 6, and it was moving. Like it was looking at me. I could not get my wind.
Mhm.
And typical old doe fashion. Like I was very still. It kept trying to get me to move, stomping, and then it never blew until after I released the arrow and it bounded off because I gave it maybe a slight haircut. If I missed, it was, and I missed, but it was like right over its back, right over its shoulder. So I tried to focus on the crease, and I haven't had as much practice in as I should have either. But I was kind of bound up in my saddle too. If I would have been
How high were you?
like maybe 6 feet off the ground,
Oh, so
Yeah.
not high, just high enough to
just high enough to
some sight.
Yep.
You're doing that on purpose. So you're like,
Mm.
if you go too high, it's a small skinny tree, I
skyline.
imagine.
Yeah. Yep. It's exactly why I did that, to prevent being skylined. And that's why I didn't get skylined, because like they weren't really sure if something was there or wasn't there. Is it a coon? Is it a turkey? They don't really know.
Yeah.
And I had enough cover behind me from the low hanging branches behind me. And then I also had a branch and some other debris right in front of me. So it helped. And I tried to get away with as minimal amount of movement as possible. I was able to come full draw as she was staring like right at me. And then
That's
she
pretty good.
started to move, and then I had to kind of
Peek around the
adjust
tree.
just a little bit. I had to adjust just a little bit
So were you on
to
your weak
pull
side,
everything.
or-
Yeah, I was
yeah.
weak side because the tree curved
Okay.
to the strong
Well,
side.
yeah, we talked about you.
And it was not the best tree, but it was like,
It
it's
never
the
is.
tree I needed to be in, because there
Yeah.
were 2 trails that went right on each side of it. And then there was one that cut in front of it.
Okay.
Into some willow. And it was the right spot to be, because if I would have been in one of the bigger, straighter trees to the right, I'd have been missing out on a few other places. And the way the wind was carrying too, it would have put my scent right down that trail. Those deer would have smelled me from 50 yards away where they first started walking in.
Yeah.
So it was a
You made
matter
a good
of
choice. It's just tough.
yeah,
It's tough. And then on public land, man, that's how it is. You
that's the way it goes.
You take what you can get, and sometimes you've talked about this. You have give and take, but on public land, man, there's a lot of take because they don't give much.
No,
It doesn't. It's like shooting lanes, the tree selection, the shit in front of you, the hunting pressure itself. There's just so many damn variables out there. It's really hard.
Yeah. And the weekend before, I passed on I say I passed, but realistically, if I would have tried to take a shot, it would have been risky with the amount of brush in the way. I maybe could have found a couple of openings in there, but it would have been moving pretty quickly. So that was my one buck encounter for the year.
It's not bad to have one buck encounter on public land. Oh, dude, Derek's in here on the call. Bring him in.
Bringing him in.
Derek, can you hear us?
Talking to me?
Yeah, there you are. How's it going? Is this? Oh no, this said Derek is an exceptional hunter. Oh, cuddler. Oh Jesus. So I totally misread the whole thing. Who do we got?
Derek is an exceptional cuddler.
And also a sexy beast. I do see that note now.
Correct. Same guy.
Yeah. Derek, he's not here right now, though. He's in Illinois. He's in the comments, so he might be listening still.
Well, he's fucking, I'm going to be in, he's in my neck of the woods. But, so my cousin is Brian Rogers.
Yep.
Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I am Brian Johnson.
That's right.
Got it. And did you see
there's only two important Brians.
That's right.
Did you see the deer Derek got down there?
Fuck yeah. Who does he think he is?
Coming down here and killing our deer. Did you happen to, are you in such close proximity that you could have come across that deer yourself, or maybe have on any sort of cell cam or trail cam?
No, well, I hunt where he shot it, but there's so much ground over there. I've never seen it.
So he's not a better hunter than you per se,
but
I'll
go as far as to say he is. He's half my size. He's in much better shape. He's probably a better shot. His bow is nicer. His equipment's nicer. He's more handsome. I don't really have any, other than me being 6'5" and 300 pounds, I don't really have anything on him.
We all feel the same way.
Yep.
We're just not, we can't stack up to Derek, even though he's short. We all lose a little bit comparing ourselves to that sexy beast.
Oh yeah.
God, yeah, yes. And I texted him earlier. I said, well, my cousin texted me and said, Derek shot a whatever, just so nonchalant, like, hey, he and I are both having dog shit seasons, and we're like, you know what? Derek shot another fucking whatever. And I'm like, okay. Well, so then I texted Derek pictures, and then he sends me the pictures, and I need to have Derek start taking pictures with all my deer so they look bigger. But
that's a whole topic.
That thing looked like, that thing looked like a fucking unit.
Mm-hmm,
and I don't know what he taped out at, but he looked like he had some busted stuff off. But that deer was a tank. And,
I didn't see the back of the napkin. I'm not sure.
That's true. But so do you remember last time I called in? I was talking about my cousin's boat, the Kmart dinghy.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's awfully proud of this piece of shit. And tomorrow we're going, and I built a boat for this reason, just to deer hunt the river bottoms. But we're in a drought, so I don't really know what's navigable and what's not. But tomorrow is the boat's maiden voyage. So I'm going to go where well, it's in the area of where Derek's been hunting, and we're taking the boat in after a booner. And I texted the CPO, who is the conservation cop, who also happens to be my cousin, a different cousin. And I told him, because this is a true story. The plates, I don't know if in Wisconsin you need plates on a trailer, but in Illinois you do. So I went to go get some shit fixed on the boat motor at a buddy's house because he has a shop. And on the way home, the plates on the trailer just blew off, disappeared in the wind.
Shit.
So I told him, I texted him, I said, hey, just so you know, if you see a rusted out piece of shit boat trailer with no plates on it, it's mine. Don't write me a ticket. Don't be a dickhead. I'll beat your ass at Christmas.
And you're pretty tall, so yeah, I think hopefully he heeds your warning.
But yes, and he texted me with the emoji of the laughy cry face or whatever. But anyway, so I have a rut report and a big buck encounter from about 3 hours ago that made me cry.
Let's hear it.
All right. So the property I was on, it's about, well, total acres, it's about 600, but huntable acres is about a third of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And with a south wind, we had it was painfully windy today, like 25 mile an hour winds out of the south, like 30 degrees. It was rough. And so there's only so many species you can even hunt on this whole place because most of the huntable acreage is on the south part of the property.
Okay.
And it's also in the river bottoms. So sometimes I still hunt these river bottoms when it's really windy, just because you can see for quite a ways, even though there's a lot of cover down there this year because the river never got out of its bank. So the vegetation is like exceptional and there's a lot of cover down there this year. But so anyway, I never got up in a stand because I didn't want to put my heavy coat on, I was carrying it on my back. I never climbed up into any of my stands because I didn't want to put my heavy coat on. I didn't want to set up and get my GoPro and all that shit set up and just to sit there, and I didn't know what I was going to see. So I was still hunting these river bottoms, and I'm talking, there's deer all over the place. There's bucks chasing. I probably saw 7 or 8 bucks, and I saw the same buck 4 times. And there's a legitimate 180 that I've got on camera plenty of times, and he lives on the very, very furthest corner. It's probably a 2-mile walk from my truck. The very, very furthest corner from of the property I can hunt. And I was about 2/3 of the way there. So I'm a couple hundred yards minimum from where I've got him on camera. And there was this he was a really wide, young 8-pointer. So probably would have gone like 100, 110 inches, but he was really wide. And when they're going away, you can't really tell. But he circled downwind of me and he ducked down in this ravine. And then he popped back up and he kept circling to my left because I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting in a deadfall and just waiting for all the deer that are around me to work off so that I can get up and move again. Well, this wide 8 dips down into this ravine, goes behind some brush, and then I think I see him on the other side of this brush. And I'm not too worried about this deer. He's like a 2-year-old. I could give a shit if I spook him. He's going to come back. He's chasing those anyway. So I get up and I start circling back to climb down in this creek bank or this flood channel that's got no water in it. And as I'm walking, I'm caught in the wide ass open. This 180 comes up, which this deer that I was seeing through the brush was that 180, but I thought was that white 8 because he had gone to that same place. And this 180 crests the top of that, the bank of that flood channel, and he and I are having a staring contest at about 20 yards.
That's close.
And
You're pegged. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I don't know how to describe in the English language what I was feeling in my pants and my body, but this was unheard of for me, because I'm just a big gangly Clydesdale looking bastard, and I can't get anywhere quietly or anything. So but I'm telling you, if I would have sat my ass on that deadfall for another minute, maybe another minute, I'd have had a 15-yard perfectly quartering shot on that deer upwind of me. And
were you covered up pretty good too, where you could have drawn back and stuff that you wouldn't have noticed?
There was some stuff between us. If I would have seen his rack before I saw his body. So I would have been drawn. I would have had to stand up. Yeah. It was kind of funny the way it was. So the tree had a big fork in it, and it was laying on its side. So I was sitting on the bottom fork, and I had a little screw-in bow holder. I just screwed in, like in my pocket. I just screwed it into the top fork, which was about chest high. It's chest high if I'm sitting. So if I would have stood up, I could have grabbed that bow and reached over the top fork and shot that way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So the top fork was covering my torso, and my legs were just kind of like sitting on the ground, and my ass was like, it was perfect sitting height for me. And I could have just stood up, and I could have taken a half step to the right and probably gotten more clearance on my string for like being at full draw. But yeah, if I would have sat there, because I had a spike in that same spot I was going to shoot him. I had a spike in there, and then I had that white 8, and then not 10 seconds later that 180 snuck up, and I didn't even know that deer was in the riverbank, obviously. Well, then as me and this 180 are having the staring contest, the white 8 that I thought he was just takes off after a doe behind the big deer. So he was upwind to me. He didn't know what I was. I never hard bumped him. I stood still, and he just kind of did that thing where they slowly pick up their front legs and twist their torso, and then he just kind of meandered off the other direction, back the way he came. But
that's heartbreaking.
I tried to follow him. I know. I tried to follow him to get like a 30-yard shot in that flood channel. But then as I was following him, I had like probably a 125, 130 inch 12 pointer. He was an itty bitty 12, but he had like a messed up rack. He was trying to breed a 3-legged doe.
That's what you want.
So
the ones that can't get away.
Right. So this doe, she couldn't go anywhere. She was like hopping as fast as she could, and then would just jump really high and then land on her belly so he couldn't get to her. Well, it was the weirdest thing. They did that dance for probably 30 minutes while I'm trying to sneak up on this 180 who I can't see anymore, but I assume he's back down in this flood channel where he came from, because I never saw him come up on the other side. Well, these deer, I can't do anything because they're in my personal space. And so this deer never left. He and I had another staring contest, but he was trying to tend this doe, and this doe was not having any of it. Her and her two good legs. So he finally saw 2 more does run the other direction, and he started chasing them. And by then that big deer was long gone. So I don't know what I'm going to do as far as that, but this was the most and I agree with like Don Higgins and whoever the hell else has said the lockdown hit a little early, because I do believe that happened. And now that all hell has broken loose down here, because we had a lot of 60, 70-degree days last week. And this week is just all hell's breaking loose and it's off the chain. So I think the next 6-7 days are going to be absolute money. And then it goes into the gun season and we'll see what happens then, just like every year. But
yeah, it's a whole different
I'm going to
beast.
try my best.
Well, keep us posted, dude. Let us know
on vacation.
if you run into him again, and hopefully you get a good crack at him. You know, it sounds like you kind of have a good idea where he's at. You might be able to get it done. And the maiden voyage is tomorrow with the boat.
He's not on. Yes, the name of the boat is the SS Estrus.
Just runs on dough, piss, and hopes and dreams. Send us a picture of that thing, man, when it's in the water.
Exactly. Who do you want me to text it to?
Just send it to our
Facebook or
yeah. Send us a DM on Instagram, or we don't check the Facebook messages too much. There's like too many of them. The DMs on Instagram seem to make their way through pretty good. So if it lets you do that, that'd be good. Otherwise, you can text Derek. He'll send it to us.
Oh no, I got a bunch of pictures. I'll send it to you. It's pretty slick, and I did a camo paint job. It looks like hell, but it does the job. And I put a casting deck and some dry storage on it. My wife hates this thing, but I like it.
Deep down, she probably loves it.
So
she's just jealous.
No, she doesn't.
She's jealous. It's getting all the attention.
Our
right
kids
now.
are so young that all they want to do is they just want to. I got a 3-year-old that wants to climb in it and jump out of it, and that's probably what's pissing her off the most. But anyway. So, and then while I was sitting there trying to track down this 180, the 82-year-old farmer, thought I was in a different tree stand and drove his side-by-side down to the river bottom and started cutting firewood.
There's that.
And I was like, so I texted his son and I said, "Is that you?" And he said, "No, that's my 82-year-old father. I'll call him." I said, "Okay." Jesus Christ.
Can't catch a freaking break. Dude.
But
good luck in the boat. That might be it. You're probably just waiting for. It's probably just waiting for that boat. It wants to go on a boat ride. That's what's going on.
You know what? Tomorrow I'm going about 2 hours from, or not 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half from home. It's right next to where Derek's at, and hopefully it's not too shallow, because if it is, I'm in for a world of hurt. But if I can hit it and trim the motor just right, and we can keep the boat all the way as far as we need to go, we'll be in the chips.
That'll be good. Well, have fun.
All right. Sorry I took up too much of your time.
No, dude, it's all good. This is it. This is what we like. I appreciate the call. We always do.
Yep. Go Platteville Pioneers.
See you, Brian.
See you, Brian.
I mean, I want to see this boat.
Yeah. That's half the fun.
I love boating into stuff. I mean, I'm paddling with a fucking canoe, so it's not.
But if he can put that big old buck in there, that'll be even better.
That's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Damien says Greg's back.
Yeah.
Dan did that. Dudes, everyone's happy that you're here. Yeah, like nice by Nuge. Greg's here. I don't know about the lockdown stuff. I haven't heard anything like that. I'm not really sure, but we've had like an abnormally warm season. Then the temps dropped.
It really dropped
yesterday.
It's been chilly. Like
it was a cold sit yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's gonna heat back up again this Friday, and then it's gonna drop again for gun. So I'm thinking gun could be good too.
And I've seen different forecasts for gun, and who knows? But I saw abnormally warm temperatures for gun season. So
we had that one year. I don't want to do that again.
Hopefully not. But
cutting deer at flies is not my favorite.
Either way.
Yeah, dude. So I guess I don't know. We can get into the deer. I mean, I got a nice, probably 2-year-old 8-pointer, probably about as big as this guy. A little smaller tines, a little more mass.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting my uncle's lease.
Yeah.
But my dad's like, let's meet at 6.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So it sounded like you're running a little late, and 6 o'clock is when it starts to peak. Yeah, it's really pushing it.
We should. I mean, in my mind,
you should have been walking probably by 5:45.
My mind, we should have been in the tree before the sun comes up. And I don't know. It's not my property, so I don't know I don't really know where the stands are. I haven't hunted it that much, and there was no pins or anything like that. Like, I'll drop you a pin. It wasn't that. So I actually got turned around on that property once on the way out at dark, which is kind of comical because it's not that big. And yeah, so my dad's like, oh, yeah, I didn't really want to get out of bed, and then I stopped to go to the bathroom on the way here.
Yeah.
This is just so I'm like thinking 6, and I'm already like, are we sure about 6? I'm going like 5:30 or something. And so I get there at 5:30. I'm like, I'll just get there early. I'll be all ready to go.
And you're hanging out.
Yeah.
And you're
fine. So I'm
waiting.
just ready to go.
And you're waiting.
And then he gets there like, I don't know, maybe 6:15 or something. And he could correct me. He probably has the actual times in his mind if he listens to this. And suddenly he's getting himself all ready to go. We finally start walking out, and he's like, I like to walk out at first light, so I kind of know what I'm getting into, and I can get in safely and stuff. I'm like, that's fine. I understand that. But also I'm thinking, isn't that when the deer move? Shouldn't it be at full draw, like when it's the first legal light to shoot whatever's going to be right under my stand? And we're walking into this field, this open cut field, cornfield. And he's like, let's stop at the field, just make sure there's nothing out here, because there's no good access on this property. You got to walk through the field to get to the bottom.
Yeah, so you're in the wide open, and if anything is out there, you're bumping it.
Yeah, because you got to cut across it. So sure enough, there's a doe. So she bounds off. I was like, oh, it's just a doe. So we stand there. She stands there. We stand there. She stands there. Well, then a buck bolts out after her. So a buck was tending her. I don't know if that's locked down or what, but he was right. So then he's looking at us. We're looking at him. And I'm like, well, whatever. We got to go in here. So the deer are going to do what the deer are going to do. And he's clearly tending her. So it's fine. So we continue on. We get to the hardwoods, and I'm like, deer. He's like, deer? I'm like, yeah, right there. He doesn't see it. So I'm trying to show him. He finally steps, because it's hard. You see the trees and stuff. So I get him to see what I'm seeing. And there's a spike and 2 does, I think. And they're just kind of working through. We're walking directly into the wind through hardwoods. So these deer, they don't see us, B, they don't smell us. So we're not disturbing anything. But we're starting to get this, like, they're here. We can't get to our stands because they're
in the way.
Yeah. And then they work their way through. So we start moving through again to get, and he's at this point, he's not walking me all the way to my stand. He's just kind of getting to the point where I can see where I need to go, because I don't really know. Hindsight, maybe just show me on the map, I could have beelined it, but it was nice walking with him and having these encounters. Well, then all of a sudden he's like, deer. I was like, yeah, no, I know they're down there. He's like, no, more deer. I was like, more deer. And then I look and I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, Dad, that's a big buck. Oh, big buck. I'm like, a nice buck, big. So I'm like, I already had an arrow knocked because we had seen the deer in the field. I'm like, forget this. I'm knocking an arrow. Like, who knows what's going to happen?
If you're
like, that
already
deer might
legal
come back.
shooting light, it's
let's
time to be ready.
So then we see this big deer, and then also like a really decent deer, probably in between these two sizes, like probably, I don't know, 130 inches or something, I guess. I'm just making that up. I don't really know. The other one was big.
Fair game.
Like it was, you could just see mass through the timber. And that one went down to the bottom and worked its way into the swamp. So he was gone. The other one was staying with his doe. And that doe started to work her way towards us because they still didn't see us, still didn't smell us. And my dad's like, he's going to come right here. He's, it's all yours. If you want to take that one, that he's yours. I was like, whoa, let's go. I still have my backpack on. I haven't ranged shit. I have a good idea. If he works this way, it's probably 20, 25 yards. So I'm just going to do what I can. Well, I think when I moved to reposition myself, they didn't like that. They were like, ooh, I heard something. So they never made us out. They never really got too alerted, but he stopped for a while. The doe meandered for a little bit, and then she worked her way back down, and then he followed. So then that was over. So that never came to fruition. But he was broadside at 40 yards. And I was like, I'm not taking that shot. I'm pretty sure it's 40 yards. Me and my dad agreed it's probably about 40 yards, but I'm not taking a 40-yard shot.
No.
When I haven't ranged shit. And it's from the ground.
And if the animal's moving,
by
the time it gets there, it's not going to be good.
Whatever. So he's just, anyway. So then I finally am like, I'm beelining to the stand. I'm going to get up there. We're going to get set up. Let's go. So finally get to the stand, get all my stuff situated. It's pretty quick because there's a ladder, there's a stand. I just had to get up there, set up my tether. And because I'm hunting out of the saddle, I don't have my tree stand safety system or tree harness, whatever. And it's just a beautiful day to be on the woods, man. It's a good rut day. It got cold.
Yeah, it was nice and frosty. You had a nice sunrise.
Yeah,
it was perfect weather to be out.
At some point, a doe crests the hill in front of me. So I'm facing west. The wind's out of the north. to my east, directly behind me, I'm in these tall cedar trees. So I'm covered up real good. So nothing's really going to peg me, looking at me head on. Nothing's going to smell me from north, west, I'm sorry, east or west. They'd have to be directly south of me. And directly south of me is like this line of vegetation. So they might work that, but everything else I was seeing was on this other area. So the deer, this doe shows up directly west, almost in front of me. And I'm like, oh, she ran over here. I saw her run and then stop. I was like, she grabbed my bow. She's probably with the buck. Hit record. It's cold. Now I'm getting the shakes. I'm already freezing. I'm already like chilled from that. And then there's this buck. And I was like, oh, he's a nice buck. Like, okay. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe I'd shoot him. Maybe I won't. I'm not really even sure what I'm going to do yet. And he was pretty rapey. Like he really wanted this doe. And so he was really like jolty towards her. Like he jumped up and tried to get her moving, grunted. Rah, rah, rah. And she's just not really doing much. She's like getting frustrated. It seemed as like she's not cooperating. He's trying to corral her or move her or something, push her, and just nothing. So he's like, I've never heard this hunting yet in real life, but he did a buck growl. And it wasn't another buck. He was at this doe, but he just did this for like, I don't know, 45 seconds or a minute. And it's on video, and the mic on the damn camera is pretty good. So you can hear this low grunt that just goes on for like,
Wow.
30 seconds plus. I don't know if anyone else ever heard that or not. It was weird.
It's a sound in the woods that you don't hear.
It was just kind of fun.
If you're not there, you're not going to hear it.
It was cool. And I was like, man, he's gonna call another buck. Like, there's a doe. She's in heat. So there's the scent's traveling. He's grunting. This is like, am I gonna witness like a fight? Like this would be cool. Well, then she runs down the bottom, or he pushed her down the bottom. I don't know. And then at the bottom, they're now north of me through the cedar pines, and I can't see at this point. I can hear some activity going on. He's still grunting and shit. Well, then he sprints back up the hill, directly west of me again where he started, looking around frantically as if he has lost the doe. So it seemed as though he was trying to like re-pick up the scent, and he looked completely frantic. Like he's looking around like, what's going on? What's going on? Where'd she go? I didn't see her run back up. So at this point, I'm not sure if this is a new buck or the same buck. And I really don't know if it was a new buck or not. So I was like, well, I don't know. I guess I'll grunt and see what happens. This is kind of cool. Murp, murp. Not even like a second later, this dude locks on to that sound and sprints down the hill. And I'm like, oh shit, it's happening. Like he's coming. He's coming down the hill. Full on sprint. He's grunting as he's coming down. So I draw back, and he did not stop.
No.
So Derek mentioned this last week on the episode. He's like, you can throw a bowling ball at these things and they're not
stopping.
He wasn't stopping. So I was like, oh, let it rip, you know? Not probably in hindsight the type of shot that I would be aiming for, but it's the type of shot that got the job done inside of a minute. That deer was dead, I don't know, less than 10 yards from my stand.
Yeah.
Very similar to this situation.
Right.
Where I watched him die right there. And I was like, okay, I just shot a buck. What just happened? It happened. So it went from grunt to run to shoot to dead inside of like, I don't know, a minute and 30 seconds in totality, probably. Maybe less.
It doesn't take long.
It was weird. So then my dad thought I think he heard my bow go off, and I texted the group. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I've tried to be a little elusive about it. Like,
I think
build
I got
some
one.
suspense. Like, there's some blood on the ground. I don't want to just come right out with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you did it perfectly. Just it wasn't a little blood trail. It was a really good blood trail for like, I don't know, 10 feet. Yeah. Okay. You hit something major there. There's a lot of blood and nothing. Well, we're just going to wait and see how this unfolds. Yeah. Yep. Time of death, 9:48. Okay. You saw it go down. So that's good. I'm super excited and happy for you. That's great.
I texted my buddy Clayton later in the day, time of death, 9:48 and I sent with a picture of the deer.
Yeah.
But he didn't see the picture on like his watch or something. He just saw time of death. So he thought I was telling him someone had died.
Okay.
He's like, so then I looked immediately, then I saw the picture, and then he had responded. He's like, if you really want someone to respond, you could just tell them someone died. Like,
right.
I think he said Michael in the office would tell people, I just tell people 911, and then they would call me right away.
Mhm.
Yeah. So whoops. Sorry, Clayton. Didn't mean to freak you out. But yeah, dead deer. So yeah, it's really cool. And then my dad, so we dragged him out. We brought him my uncles to show him because he wanted to see. And then he wanted to weigh it. He likes weighing the deer.
Yeah.
It has something to do with the profession he was in. He used to have these commercial scales, so he's pretty proud of the scale that he's got, and rightfully so. We weighed the deer as 152 pounds dressed, so not like, luckily not over 200.
Right.
That's a lot of dead weight to drag.
It is.
Yeah, then we put it in my car in the trunk, and I went home to the kids and all that stuff, and my dad stayed out and hunted. He's like, "Oh, should I stay or should I go?" I was like, "Dude, after the day we just had, you should stay. Are you out of your mind? Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of
stay. You have
activity
no
going
idea.
on.
Like
Might as well.
the train came through this way. It might come back the other way at the end of the night. Like, you might want to stay there." So sure enough, I think it was like 3:30. He shot a 10 point out of the same property coming through. So it's just a wild, ruddy day in the deer woods. I've
lot
never
going
been
on.
covered up in deer like that. I've never seen that much action. I've never grunted a deer and had it respond. I usually see them perk their head up and they just keep doing what they do.
Yeah.
This one like basically charged me, and I was barely ready for that response. I didn't think that was going to work.
It's
I've
one of
always
those.
heard people.
You get a couple days a year where it works.
Yeah, Kevin Vistison said he got the deer that he got with the shooter buck grunt tube.
Yep.
That's what did the job for me this
No,
year.
it sounds good.
That's cool. So
Sounds real
to,
good.
Yeah, thanks to Matt Strime for making those things.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job. True craftsman, and makes a quality call.
Yeah.
Whether you're turkey or deer.
Yeah, the turkey ones are I think it's like how he started it. But
Mhm.
yeah, other than that, man, I've been out prancing around on public land like a maniac, just suffering through everything. I was on a property the other day, and I was like, I don't even think you could hunt. I don't even know how to shoot a deer back here, if there is one. And there was one. There was huge tracks, all sorts of sign trails. I kicked something up. I'm just gonna assume it was a buck. It's a 50-50 chance I'm right. I think there's more than a 50 chance it's a buck based on the fact that it didn't blow. It sounded like a freight train crashing through shit. The odds of that being a lone doe seems not as likely to me in my mind based on the sign I was seeing back there. But it was all that low hanging like jungle stuff and like some muddy-ish territory along a creek bottom.
So
Like,
good access
there's no
to
trees to hunt out of. You got to be on the ground, and then what? Like,
yeah. I mean, if it's low ground, it's a good thermal hub. All your thermals will pull there at the right time of day. So that deer was resting in there to recover probably from either chasing or being chased around. It had access to water for drinking and hydration, and good cover overhead, and like
no one's
solid,
hunting it.
no, and solid security cover. Like that deer heard you coming for
Yeah. I didn't have a chance
long
on that
ways.
deer. I mean, I think if I would have known enough or known better to not continue to push in, because like curiosity got the best of me, and also the voice of you and Derek got the best of me. No, you should have gone further. Yeah, you got to push it. Like I just thought every time I'd go further, I'd discover something new.
You're not going to win every situation.
No,
it's just the way it is.
But I was happy to have that hunt with my dad. So that was special to me.
Yeah, that's what was meant to be anyway.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then the fact that we got to go hang out with my uncle for a little bit, show him, and he was all excited. So just overall, the good stuff. I have so many memories of holidays of him and my dad exchanging hunting stories and the Mecca. I mean, you've seen the deer mounts in that house. It's impressive.
Yeah.
We do have a couple callers all of a sudden. We got Noah. Let's bring Noah in. Noah Hines. Speaking of another tall giant, man. Noah, what's up, man? You're live.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Oh, I am tagged out.
That's all right.
All right.
That's all right.
That's good. Tell us a little bit about it. We got another caller behind you now, so I guess I didn't anticipate a bunch of calls, but give us a short version.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it quick here. Finally got up Friday right after work. Couldn't make the morning hunt, but got out on my property probably around 2:00-ish. Got to my stand, got set up. Maybe half an hour later, here comes a doe coming through, and she seemed kind of like skittish, like she's being chased. But she's sitting on the food plot for a while. I'm watching, seeing if there's anything following her. then she kind of meanders off. Like, okay, that was a little weird. Thought someone was chasing her. And then maybe 30 minutes later, here comes another deer coming down straight down my trail. And I'm like, okay, that's something here. And couldn't quite tell if there was something on his head or not. But he beelined it straight onto the food plot, and sure enough, there's decent sized rack on him. And I'm like, okay, he might be a shooter. So I wait. He comes up, and then he stops perfectly broadside to me, about 25 yards. And I'm like, well, I'm not letting that opportunity pass itself. So I draw back, down, take Eden, shoot him, perfect double lung. I watch him die in like 20 yards.
Dude, yes. No stress of a track job, none of that. That feels good. That's a good feeling.
Oh. So yeah, it was perfect pass through. Just everything was, couldn't have asked for a better shot.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for the animal. It's good for you, and you're like, we as hunters know if
Oh, yeah.
things can go sideways and get weird and get confusing, and it's nice when it goes the way it's supposed to go sometimes.
Absolutely.
You get some of those hunts in your hunting career every now and again. It feels good.
Right. So yeah, then I go up and I look at him, and I find that his right ear is perfectly split down the middle. Send you guys some pictures, but it's fully healed.
Wow.
And just like a perfect cut right down the middle.
Yeah, I've seen a few deer like that.
This one's ears all messed up.
Yeah.
Fighting or something.
Yeah, probably from fighting.
Yeah. Another buck got
Yeah,
right
fighting
here.
or maybe we were thinking a barbed wire fence when he was a fawn.
That's
It
possible
looked
too.
like just too, like it makes sense. It looks too clean to be like a buck grabbing him in the horn, like the horn grabbing him.
Razor got him. Yeah, maybe. You never know with these animals. It's cool to see what they can go through and endure.
Yeah.
They're tough. They're tough creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the toughest creatures out there, I think. But yeah, I can see the crack.
Yeah, it's crazy to see. Like, I don't get them. You hit them with a car and they get up and keep going.
You hit me with a car. I'm telling you what, I ain't gonna be moving. Well, congrats, dude. That's awesome. So you filled the freezer, you got your tags punched, and you're having a good season. Are you going to be doing some gun hunting out there too, or you got different plans for a gun?
Yep. I'm having my buddies come up like normal. And as usual, I'm just up there for a follow-up shot and to help them clean them. Still trying to get them with their first deer.
That's cool. Good for you, man. That's awesome.
So
well, I'm sure they'll appreciate the help, and hopefully they need it. Hopefully they get something.
But now I can focus on some ducks for a few weeks here.
Well, you got to transition and go listen to the Up Duck podcast. Then we don't talk about ducks here.
I know.
Those guys, I've
been listening to them.
Yeah,
but yeah,
they've been doing their migration report and getting input from a bunch of people around different areas. So it's kind of a new thing for them. They've been doing a good job.
So yeah, well, I'll let the next caller get through.
Sounds good, Noah.
All right.
Thanks, man. Congrats.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Congrats, Noah.
But yep. See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
We got Tony Mao. I think he's Arkansas. Is that right? Tony, you're live on the podcast.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hey.
How's it going?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear. How you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, I'm the guy that sent you the picture of the Arkansas buck. I believe that was yesterday.
I think, let's see if I can find it real quick. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with our Instagram lately, but we've gotten more messages than I can keep up with. I think that's probably a good thing. But let me find it here, because I do remember messaging because the name struck a chord when he came through here. What is your Instagram handle? Oh, there's a lot of Tonys.
Now, same.
Let's see if I can find you here. I know you've messaged us. It's under general. Maybe that's why. They put in like two camps. There's like general and there's primary. I don't know what the difference is. Let me try that. It's not telling me. Oh, was this you? Different Tony? Oh man, I don't know, Tony. Help me out here.
No, you're.
I know
You're
I've
good.
seen it. I'm not finding it.
I just wanted to call in and thank you guys so much. Like I took Derek's advice, and I went in deeper than I really wanted to and I finally was successful.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Okay, I do remember because I screenshotted that and sent it to Derek. Was that on Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Was that my personal one or is that the OKS Hunter one?
It was okayest. I just accepted your friend request.
There it is. Maybe that's why. Anywho, okay. I do remember that, and I did send it to Derek because that's the kind of stuff that like really matters to us. Like that's to just hear from people, to know that people are listening, to know that like what we say has an impact. And I can't tell you how many people. I really can't. I really don't. I lost count here. I see it. I got the message pulled up now. I remember the buck. I see it here, and the number of people, particularly this season, that have mentioned Derek, and like I took Derek's input, whether directly or indirectly.
Derek's got good information.
It's just been so
he asks
cool.
the right questions and clearly puts in the work and is not afraid to share information and help people out. That's what he does. That's his nature, and it's awesome.
And he shares in such an open way. Like he's not. It's just good to hear. So tell us what you did that he had said. Let's hear how it all went down.
Share with us.
Yeah, so I'm preface this by saying I'm a fairly new hunter. This is my third season hunting. My first season, my friend took me out gun hunting on private land, and I killed 3 deer. And I was like, "This is easy. What's the big deal here?" And he's like, "You should get a bow and try public land next year." And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't see a single deer last year. So
sounds about right.
I'm not doing it wrong. So
yeah.
Doing e-scouting. I was watching Derek's videos on YouTube all summer about scouting and everything. And kind of the thing that stuck with me was he said it this summer. Then he also said it a few podcasts ago. It was like, you can either hunt what's convenient or you can go where the deer are actually going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, that's good advice.
Yeah, except I don't know where the deer are going to be.
In 100 yards, finding somewhere easy. Yeah. So I went in deep, and I actually opening day of gun season this year, I got permission to hunt private, but it was a pretty big parcel, so I went in basically back corner of the property as far as I could go, because I knew there was a couple other people hunting out there, and they hunted like the first few hundred yards from the road. So I went in deep, got in, and it was kind of a comedy of errors. I dropped my flashlight at one time and couldn't find it. I ended up not getting into the tree until almost, sunrise. It was a real okayest moment.
Sounds about right.
So I was sitting there. Yeah. Sitting there, and finally about 8 o'clock, I'm like, I haven't seen anything. So I stand up and I turn around. I'm trying to get my backpack to get my water out, and I see a doe. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is the moment. So I get my gun ready. And then she kind of skitters off, and I'm like, what happened? And then a buck pops out, that buck. And I just see horns, and I'm like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. So he filters around, and he comes out, and he's at 15 yards. And I shoot. He's super close. I shoot, and he kind of jumps, but he doesn't run. He just kind of trots off. And I thought, well, that was weird. But, he runs off into the timber, and I think I see him go down, but I can't be for sure because it's thick. So I sit there, I give it about 30 minutes, and then I get down and I go to where he was standing, where I shot, and there's no blood. And I think, oh no, did I miss this deer at 15 yards with a 30-06 rifle?
Anything's possible.
Well, he didn't really run, so maybe I did. So I start walking around a little bit. I do find some blood finally about 20 yards from the shot site, and I follow it. I follow it into the timber where I think he went, and there's a lot of blood, but he's not there where I saw him go down. like there's like a lot of blood, like it looks like a massacre, but he's not there. So I'm like, oh crap, I think he got back up. So I back out completely. I go back to my tree. I wait another hour. I eat my peanut butter sandwich. And by this time, it's almost 10 o'clock and it's starting to get hot. It's already like 70 degrees.
You're in Arkansas, so yeah, different. We got a good buddy down in Arkansas. It's hot down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I got to find this deer. You know, it's going to be probably 75 or so today. So I go back in after another hour and I'm following the blood trail. It's good blood, bright red, you know, and I'm looking down and I hear something and I look up and the deer is standing on his feet 10 yards from me, just pouring blood out his side. I'm like, oh no. And he's got his back to me, kind of like his butt is facing me. And he turns and he looks directly at me. And not to get too like woo woo on you, but he gives me this look like, just do it, man. So I raise my gun again. I put it on his shoulder. I pull it. He drops. And that's how I got my deer.
I've had that look before. It's sad. It is. You have remorse for these animals.
Yeah.
We're not heartless.
Yeah. I apologized to him. Yeah.
Yes, I've done that too.
I felt so bad. He laid there and bled for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. I've apologized. I'd say thank you to the animal. I say thank you to God. And it's a gift. It's nature's gift to us. It really is it's a hard thing to have such an appreciation for these animals in such a way that people are like, how can you love them so much and then kill them? I don't know. It's just, you appreciate that you're taking their life, and that's why you enjoy the meat and the okayest cook guys put it, the commensality, the gathering around the table and sharing a meal and sharing a moment together. It all comes together that way. So it makes it really, there's a lot of gravity in that situation for sure. But good for you, man. Congrats, you got it done. You know, at the end of the day, the animal's dead.
Thank you. That was my first buck, so I wanted to share that.
Congratulations, first buck, man. That's special.
It's a pretty big deal, and you'll remember that one forever.
You will. When you said, "Oh God, is this going to happen?" Like, I think that still every time. I'm like, "Oh, is this going to happen?" It's like you're a teenage boy all over again. Is this going to happen? You know what I'm talking about? You might be a teenage girl. You might have the same thought. Is this going to happen? Just saying.
Yeah.
Not to make it weird. Okay.
You're good at that.
I know. No, that's cool, man. Arkansas is a different beast. Did you pack that buck out, or did you gut him and drag him? How do you? Because I know our buddy down there.
So I dragged him to the nearest like road, like trail, and then I actually called a buddy, and he brought it side by side down, and we loaded it up, and he took me back to my truck. So I didn't have to drag him too terribly far.
That's
thankfully.
Nice. Yeah. How hot was it?
Yeah. It ended up getting like mid 70s. It's cold now where that cold front came through, but it has been warm so far up until like this past weekend.
Yeah, 70 degrees and dragging a deer does not sound like something that I want on my bucket list. That's brutal. Yeah. And I know the early season guys can do it, and you guys down south, we got people listening in Georgia and Florida and Arkansas. Like, I get it. It's a whole different beast, but I'll take my cold Wisconsin winter up here over the heat. I'm also really glad all the mosquitoes are gone. Like, fuck those things. Seriously.
They came back out in Arkansas. They went away and came back.
They were out the other day when it was hot. Or hotter. What was that? A couple?
Yeah, it was warmer, and there was still some hanging around.
But yeah, I was in the marsh, and when I fell in the marsh, I was like, freaking mosquitoes buzzing above my head. Get out of here. You gotta be kidding me. Bastards. No, thanks for calling in, Tony. Is this your first time calling into the show?
It is.
Yeah, I've seen you in the comments, so I've seen you around. So thanks for following us.
Thanks for following along.
Calling, and it's good to hear from you. Congratulations, and I wish you continued success, and don't be a stranger. You can call in anytime, and make sure you enter to win this bow if you're looking for a new bow.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, guys. You guys have a good one.
You too, man. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Yeah. First buck. That's great.
Dude, I'll never. You don't forget your first buck. You just don't.
No.
I think I remember my first doe with a bow because it was my first bow kill.
Right.
I don't know if I remember my first doe. She's kind of got lumped into all the other does.
My first doe was also the first animal I killed with a bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first deer I killed ever happened to be a buck, and it was with my shotgun. The first deer I killed with a bow happened to be a doe. So that's probably why I remember that one. I mean, that's when that started this whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
That little bitch.
Mhm.
If it wasn't for that doe, I might be on this podcast right now.
Right.
I don't know. I told Jeff he's got to come into the studio one of these days and do an episode.
We should have him
He
in.
obliged.
Yeah,
He's
that'd be
gonna figure out
awesome.
one. He's a busy fella.
Yeah.
As we all are, but you know.
I think we could have him talk about doing the perfect Euro mount.
That's a good idea.
Hmm?
He does do it. He's the one that taught
he does
me.
He taught me to how, and I followed his instructions verbatim, and I've done one, and it turned out really good.
So what did he tell you? I mean, you don't have to give it all.
Yeah,
away.
I mean, he told me the right things to use, the right materials to use. You know, the kind of pan, the shape of the pan. I have an oval shaped pan that the skull fits in really nice. It's not a round one, and it balances really nice, so the rack kind of stays above the water level and everything. So yeah, he showed me how to do all that, or he talked me through it all, and you know, the right material to boil it in and how to clean it and all of that. So yeah, mine turned out pretty dang good. I'm really happy with it.
I remember it's here somewhere. Where it is right now. But it was when I buried.
Yeah.
And my dad told me about that at some point. I don't know where he read it or found out about it. He's like, you put it in the ground for about a year and you pull it out and all the stuff just falls right off. And it's got a different look to it.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit more yellowy.
Yep.
Which, if you want that kind of look, that might be a way to do it.
Right.
It seemed like it worked pretty good. We had to hose a lot of shit out of it, which I think you have to do anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And he told me about the tiny bit of wood stain on the antlers to bring them back to life a little bit. Well, that's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
But they sit in the sun and they start to turn white.
Yeah, they bleach out unless you cover them.
Bleach out. I like how you have the right terminology for things.
Sun bleached.
How do you know so much stuff, Greg? You ever been tested for your IQ? You got like a real steel trap up there, man.
No, I don't think so.
I bet it's pretty
really
high.
Not.
I bet it's pretty high.
No, I don't think so.
Just because you're not like some sort of like, high paid lawyer or doctor, I think you certainly could have been in a different life. But you got the amount of things that you know and know well is wild.
Too much time on my hands at some point in my life. I read too much. I don't know.
Yeah, reading's good for your brain.
It is good for your brain.
You should keep reading.
I got to pour over a lot of HVAC manuals these days to catch up on stuff that I missed.
You know how many doctors and lawyers don't know shit about HVAC? Oh,
well, and there's a reason. Everybody's got their place in life.
Like the Kevin Distance episode. I hunt here now. You're in my area now. Like it's a framing exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You start to talk about heating and cooling, and I'm like, I don't know. Sounds like you know, so I trust you. You can fix it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Mm-hmm. The butcher was busy this morning. He was super busy. There were deer stacked up like crazy.
Did you take it, Zonia?
Marty's.
Oh, even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your results should be better there.
Yeah, well, I took it there last year when I got that spike.
Okay.
And I liked the results.
Their sticks are great.
They're really good. Yep.
Yeah.
I got a lot of sticks. I didn't do that this year, not because I don't like the sticks, just
they're
because
expensive.
It just adds up. And, holidays are coming and all that stuff. And there's still gun season. So, if I get another deer, maybe I'll consider that then. But I did get some brats.
Hopefully.
Venison brats are really fun to cook.
They're good.
Dry, but you got to do it right.
Well, it depends on who's making them. Like I've had some that are good and I've had some that are, I don't know what they did, but
the ones someone gave me a recipe. Who the hell? It might have been you. Could have been Joel. Which, by the way, happy Veterans Day to all the vets out there.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy birthday to all the Marines yesterday.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the vets.
Thank you. No, Joel. I say that Joel's a Marine. I made a post about Joel to honor Veterans Day because I didn't know what else to do. But he did the venison brats. I didn't even know you could do that. I think he's the one that told me about it. And so I started cooking up in the cast iron skillet in the Pit Boss.
Okay.
And so I would soak them in the beer, do the whole boil and beer thing.
Parboil them. Yep.
And then cook them in the cast iron in the grill. And that was fun. I really enjoyed how that turned out.
They weren't dry?
No, I don't. If they were, the flavor was so good, it didn't matter. They're really tender on the inside, if that makes sense.
Then there was enough pork fat or something added there. Yeah, to keep it going.
My favorite way to cook venison brats, is in the slow cooker. You just let them simmer on slow the entire day.
Sure.
And you serve that up over some like marinara or something like that. With my wife, Holly, we have a recipe for the brats in the slow cooker, and it's one of our favorite meals. You ever do brats in a slow cooker all day?
I've done Italian sausages in marinara, so Italian sausage sandwiches. Those are really
That's
good.
really good too.
Yeah.
If you don't do marinara, what is the? I'll have to find it. But if you do brats in a slow cooker all day,
Well,
it's-
I would
dude,
probably
they
do
just
them in
fall apart.
sauerkraut.
Yeah,
I would probably do them in sauerkraut
so
because
good.
brats and sauerkraut go hand in hand.
it's funny because I've been to Epcot.
Unless
Twice.
you have childlike taste buds and you don't like sauerkraut.
I used to not, but I do. We've gone to Epcot twice, which is the whole like
Yeah.
global eating experience at Disney World, which is probably my favorite thing about.
Yeah, you
Disney
eat
World.
your way and drink your way around the world there.
It's cool. The culinary experience there is actually pretty spot on. Apparently, I don't know, but it seems pretty great. Well, dumb me. What do I get at Epcot where you can eat anything around the globe? A fucking brat and sauerkraut.
Brat and sauerkraut from the German hall.
But it was
and
really
that's where
good.
we ate when we went.
Yeah,
I
it
took
was-
my niece down
Isn't
there.
it good?
Yep.
Yeah, they do a good job. Even the bread matters. Like all that stuff matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
you can
And the
do it
beer
good
was good. And Oktoberfest.
Mhm.
Big old stein of Oktoberfest. It was good.
Yeah, something about so maybe that's just what I'm drawn to is the German food.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of German in my heritage. Yeah. I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. It's good to have some callers calling in.
Yeah, absolutely.
The rut feels like it's happening here in Southeast Wisconsin more
it's
than
rolling.
I've ever personally experienced, but we're hearing it from others too. You're seeing it on social. Bucks are going down. I don't know what's going to happen with the temps rising, but I think they're going to fall again. I'm really enthused for gun deer camp. We're going to do, so let me just check the calendar here because I think I'm a little calendar challenged in addition to being challenged in a lot of other ways in life. Just add this to my list of bullshit that I suck at. So gun deer camp is not this weekend, but next
The
weekend.
following. Yep.
So next week, we're going to move the podcast, I think, from Tuesday to Wednesday. And the reason for that is because my buddies are going to be passing through, because they're going to, some of them are getting to deer camp before Friday because they're really excited to get there, I think. So as a result, I think we're going to record on that Wednesday on the 19th. So I'm waiting to confirm that with the group. So maybe Tuesday the 6th, the 18th, or maybe Wednesday the 19th. If it's Wednesday the 19th, I think we're going to do calls and we're going to do the classical episode, Where Are You Going? What Are You Bringing?
What are you bringing?
Which we totally ripped from Bob and Brian. But it's fun because it's us. So who cares? Like those guys. I don't even know if they're around anymore, Bob and Brian.
Well, I think they are.
Do they still do that? What you going? Where you, they have a real radio.
They got something, but yeah, they're around. They're not going anywhere. Not until they retire.
And acceptable answers are like, I'm going to deer camp. I'm bringing my 30-06 and a case of like
and an extra pair of underwear.
Yeah,
or
I'm
something.
not looking for serious answers. I'm looking for like really what are the deer camp traditions?
You can do some serious
Yeah,
answers.
we
It's
can.
good. It's good.
But I'm looking for like the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the. Let me wearing blaze orange, and I think one year Clayton got pretty trashed. These guys aren't regular. They're not like podcasters. You know, they're not here.
No, they cut loose, and you get to hear it raw, real, and unhinged.
He doesn't like bourbon, and by the end of the episode, he had drinking half the bottle. He goes up, and he's talking to my wife, and she's like, "I think Clayton's drunk."
Pretty
I
good
was like,
chance.
I'm pretty sure he is pretty drunk. He drank about a half a fucking bottle of bourbon. He's like, sorry, man. I was just really excited and it's been a long week. And I get here and then we start doing this recording. And next thing you know, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to say like deer camp's about drinking, but we also have a beer camp collection of sweatshirts. So it's part of it. It's part of it. So, yeah. Anywho, Greg, thanks for being here tonight,
You bet.
buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, like you're a guest or something. Thanks for being our guest tonight, man. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here today. If you haven't entered our giveaway, enter the giveaway.
Enter the giveaway.
Lots of fun stuff there. It's pretty chill. It's pretty easy to do. And really, and here's what I'll say about that. And I know you got to go. You're looking antsy. The reviews that have come through, it really is neat to see because y'all hold those views this entire time, y'all being our listener base. But we don't know that. We don't see that. We don't hear it. Then the reviews happen and we see it and we hear it. And that's really special. So typically negativity is louder than positivity. And the folks that care about things don't necessarily go out of their way to do a review. Like, why would you? You listen to it, you enjoy it, and you go on with your day. The folks that have taken time to write the review and say their 2 cents about our shit and what we do has been really quite amazing. And we've, to this day, short of this giveaway, never have gone out with a coffer to ask for the shit. It's not how we're operating. It's not why we do it.
No,
but I will tell you, it's really good to see because it makes us feel like what we're doing actually people care.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to do something when you don't think people care.
Right.
If you're just speaking into a void, it's like, what's the point? So anyways, thanks for being validating in what we're doing. It really does mean the world to us. This is a lot of work and sacrifice and commitment and all that stuff on top of living lives and working jobs and everything else. So to know that people give a crap about what we have to talk about and hear everyone call in and comment and so forth, it's a big deal to us to hear that stuff. So beyond the giveaway itself, just thank you to our listeners. So
yeah,
we appreciate you, because if without you guys, I don't know, I guess we'd probably do this anyways, but it's nice to know that people actually care. So
certainly is.
Anywho, all right, we'll end the episode and have fun out there, guys. This is it. This is the rut. We live for this shit. This is the time of year that matters the most.
Get out there.
Have fun.
All right.